Is the rise of working from home a permanent phenomenon for financial markets? With COVID, we've all had to shift our balance of working in the office to working from home. We wanted to take a look at that picture and see if there was any variance by country or by job type. Would this show us nations' collective attitudes around the response to COVID and the return to work? We took a look at our customer usage patterns with a very simple hypothesis. If you were logging on to the desktop, you were most likely in the office. And if you were logging on to Eikon Web, you were most likely at home. We then compared that to geolocation data from Google and found some interesting trends. Here in red, you can see Google's data on commuting levels in India. And in blue, moving in the other direction, Eikon users logons via the web. Globally, the picture is clear. Web logons as a proportion of total logons rose 600 basis points in the first 3 months, and they are still far higher than they were in 2019. Country by country, there's far more nuance. You can see that in the UK, the initial jump in web usage and that real stickiness in that number, even as corona cases have fallen. By contrast, users in France, Italy, Spain, and Germany are slowly drifting back to the office. The question for France and Spain in particular is whether that trend continues as cases spike again or have attitudes relaxed. We'll be watching these numbers in the upcoming weeks. Hong Kong is interesting with 2 increases in home logins, one in February and a second in July, as cases have resurged in recent weeks. The other interesting trend is among users in Brazil, Russia, and India, who appear to have gone into lockdown well ahead of the actual virus threat. As for the US, web usage has climbed about 500 basis points from a pretty high base before the crisis and has broadly remained there, irrespective of infection levels. So what do these country snapshots tell us? The decision to work from home, it's probably more to do with local conditions, local infection rates, local lockdowns, local attitudes, than it is to do with the job role you perform. Whether it's trading, M&A, asset management, wealth management, risk, middle office, or back office, our data shows very little variation in how job roles have responded to the COVID crisis. It looks like what we're seeing is a slow and cautious attitude in the return to the office, but it is happening gradually. We'll get a firmer view on how the markets will get back to business, most likely after the US completes its Labor Day holiday. We'll let you know what the data shows us.